welcome to episode 58 of the Cherry Bakewell Diaries. I don't know if you're enjoying lovely weather like we are here in Britain. It's absolutely beautiful at the moment, really lovely warm weather. So I hope you're enjoying that same as we are. I thought what we'd do today, you may remember back in episode 9 we made sausage rolls. Well, I'm going to do a variation on that today. So I'm going to make one large sausage roll, but it's made with phyllo pastry and it's pork and apple, which is really, really nice, really tasty. So I'll go and get everything ready for that and I'll see you in a minute. Right, so the first thing we're going to do today is I've got one red onion, chopped up quite small. We're going to, let's put the gas on. We're going to just soften that. Because what we're going to do on top of the pork layer, we're going to put a layer of onion and apple, which has been softened in the pan. So we'll just pop that in first. And it will take between 5 and 10 minutes just to soften up. So we'll get that going first. And then what I've got is I've got a couple of apples, just small apples, and we'll peel those. And then once our onion is softened up, we'll add the apple to it, and then that will lay on top of the pork in the sausage roll. So as you bite through the crispy pastry, you get the layer of the sweetness of the apple and the onion across the top. It's just a bit of a variation on the normal sausage roll that we did. You meant to say back in episode 9, you'll remember we did the normal sausage rolls. It's just a variation on that, but it just shows that you can use different pastries to make your sausage rolls. So we just soften this up now. So it's just starting to soften up now, and I had 2 teaspoons of sunflower oil in the pan as well, just to help with the softening. Now while that's going, I'm going to grate, I've peeled 2 small apples, and I'm going to grate that into the pan. Just grate it straight into the frying pan. And this will add a lovely sweetness to it as well. You only want a couple of small apples because you only want a little bit. It's just to add to the texture and the sweetness. And this is nice because it's a big sausage roll. You can cut it into slices and have it with salad, which is really nice. Or you can just eat it on its own. It's nice enough just to eat on its own. So there we go. That's all your apple grated in as well. Make sure you get it all out. And then we'll turn this over. Now that's just starting to go brown, the onion. We don't want it to go too far, we just want it to soften. So we'll just let that go for another minute, and that'll be enough. And then the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a teaspoon of honey to the mixture, just to add the sweetness. So just a teaspoon of honey. That's all you need. And it will just bring out the flavour of the apples as well. Stir that round. You don't want it in there very long because otherwise it will start burning. So just a few more seconds. Now that onion's starting to soften now. And there you can see it's just nicely softened, just enough to go into the sausage roll. Okay, so the next stage, I'll show you a close-up, there's that onion and apple mix, just nice and soft. It's not caramelised, so it's not gone too brown, just a few little brown bits in it just to help to soften it. Now the next thing we're going to do is get our phyllo pastry. Now we want 3 sheets of this. We put the first sheet down. So we'll take one sheet of our phyllo pastry and we'll brush it all with egg. Completely cover it with egg, and then we're going to layer it up. So we're going to do 3 layers of the pastry. So then we put another layer on the top. Doesn't matter if it creases up, don't worry about that because it'll all cook down anyway. And then brush that one as well. And then we put our final 3rd layer on the top. And I'll just put this other phyllo pastry back in the box because it does go very dry. If you're using phyllo pastry and you're doing a lot of things, then just keep it under a damp tea towel while you're not using it, because then that will keep it from drying out. Right, so I'll just pop that in there for now. Right, now we're going to brush the top layer as well. And then we'll get our pork mince ready. Okay, we've got 500 grams of pork mince, and to that I'm going to add a teaspoon of salt, and some freshly ground black pepper. That gives it a nice taste as well. So plenty of that. And then I've got 2 tablespoons of fresh sage. It's all chopped up. That gives the pork and sage go lovely together. So we're going to mix that. The easiest way probably is with your hands, just to mix that all in. Smell that sage now, really, really nice. There we go, that's all blended in now. And then we're going to lay it down, make it into like a sausage shape. We're going to lay it down the centre of our phyllo pastry. So you need to leave a gap around the outside, but around the edges I mean. So get it into a nice shape, flatten it down. Like that. And then we're going to lay our onion and apple mixture across the top. Use a spoon because that's still quite hot. So we'll lay that across the top. Don't worry if some of it drops down to the side, it doesn't matter. Just make sure you've got a nice layer right across the top. And then what we're going to do is we're going to fold the ends in like that. And then we're going to fold the top one over like that. Sorry, the one nearest you, the bottom one. Fold that over. And we're going to brush that with white egg and just put a little bit of egg underneath there just to stick those side bits. And then we're going to fold that one over like that. And then we're going to brush that with egg again. And we're going to lay, very gently pick it up, lay it on our baking tray that's just got baking paper on it. And we're going to completely cover that in egg. So that gives us a nice golden colour. And this will cut into about 8 portions. As I say, you can just have it as a snack if you want to, or have it as part of a main meal. So then that will go into a gas mark 6 oven, which is 200 degrees centigrade, for about 25 to 30 minutes, depending on your oven. Okay, so I'll get this cooked and I'll show you when it's all finished. Hello and welcome back. So it's all cooked and I've cut it in half so that you can see the layers. So there it is. There's the pork mince at the bottom with all the sage, and then you've got your layer at the top of your onion and your apple. Really nice, really tasty, lovely crispy pastry, and really, really juicy as well. Nice if you have it warm, or you can have it cold if you want as a snack. So that's today's recipe. I hope you enjoy that. Thank you for all the likes and shares and everyone who's subscribed. I'm so glad you're enjoying it and getting some nice comments of people enjoying the videos, which is really nice. So for now, enjoy your pork and apple sausage roll, and I'll see you again in 2 weeks' time. Take care for now. Bye bye.